Yeah, actually, let's do electricians. I don't believe we've done electricians. I don't see that in my list here. Okay, so electricians, very simply. So I'm gonna just assume that everybody has the basic understanding of how to create the campaigns. Here we're in Google Ads. We're gonna go ahead and create a new campaign. New campaign. There you go. And we're gonna create a campaign without guidance. And then we're gonna go ahead and create search. And then all these conversions obviously will only exist once you've created them. So don't worry about that for now. I'm going to hit continue, and then we're going to skip this part. So please select continue. And then for the campaign name, we'll do elec. So the four letters of the campaign itself. And then we're going to do max clicks. And actually, let me show you guys a new strategy for today. So it'll be max clicks, and we'll do generic. So just generic keywords. And in this case, we're going to do 300%. And I'll explain what that means in a moment. Or we can just do, what was it called? CBA, call bid adjustment 300%, but I'll just call it 300% for now. And then select continue. So I'll try to explain what that means. If I forget, someone please remind me, because last week I forgot to actually cover what I meant by that 300%. So start new and bidding. So in this case, we're doing clicks, set max click here. We're setting it so basically $1. Actually, you can even just do $1.25. And then we're going to select next. And then we're going to unselect everything here because it's useless for our locations. Usually I show you guys how to do zip code targeting. In this case, you guys have probably seen it a million times. You go into ChatGPT. Actually, I guess I'll just do that as usual. So create 10 zip codes in the USA, one per line, no commentary. And then actually we'll also do create 10 generic electrician keywords, create 3 headlines, basically 30 chars max, and then 2 descriptions, 90 chars max. There we go. So it's basically just going to pre-populate everything that we're going to need later on. So we're going to take all these zip codes, right? These are the zip codes that we're going to target. We're going to go into here, advanced search, add locations in bulk, and remember to type in United States here, because otherwise it'll target zip codes in other countries. And then target all, select save. That's good to go. People in or regularly in our target locations. Languages, we're going to do English. For our audience segments, in this case, home and let's do home services. This is all right. So it's already understanding that we're trying to do electricians, but we want to do home and garden services there. And then you want to just do targeting for now, because otherwise you're going to get a lot of billing or customer support inquiries. And then for more settings, we're good to go. Ad schedule. This is where you set your typical ad schedule. We're going to do 7:30 till whatever 9 p.m. here. 9 p.m. There we go. Done. And then select next. And then for this is something that I've been experimenting with myself as well. I haven't seen any conclusive data just yet. AI Max for search campaigns. The idea is that Google will it'll keep your bidding strategy, right? It won't, you're not doing a performance max campaign. You're still keeping the bidding strategy that you're using, but Google will actually generate, experiment with different keywords and different ad copies as well. So I enabled this just for fun, just for testing purposes, right? So you're doing test customization, and it will actually, I believe it creates the keywords. I could be wrong, but this is just something super new. As you can see, is still in beta. And then we're going to go ahead and select next. And then keyword and asset generation, we're going to skip that because we've already generated that. And then for enter our keywords here, we have electrician keywords. So electrician near me, licensed electrician, emergency electrician. Those are all fantastic. Paste them in. And then for our headlines, we're going to fast local electrician. Boom. Wiring issues, call now. And then 24/7 electrical repair. And I always like to do keyword insertion. So word, so it's taking up more space than it should. There we go. So K capital W, and then call now. and apply, right? So keyword insertion just means that whatever our keyword is, so electrician near me, it'll literally insert that keyword into there. And then for the description, we're going to take our two descriptions. And what you guys saw in the past is that I like to make the descriptions aggressive, but I forgot that in the prompt in this case. So not a big deal. Just make sure that your ads are a little bit more interesting than trusted electrician or get expert help with wiring, right? And also what I usually like to do is make the ads aggressive and title case. So title case simply means that the first letter of every single word is going to be a capital, right? So I like to do it like that. But in this case, we're good. And we're also going to take our keyword insertion here and copy that in, copy that, boom, done. So we're doing keyword insertion at least twice. And what happens is when you do keyword insertion, your ad strength becomes like really, really good, right? Because you're showing the keyword that the person is most likely looking for in your ad copy. But as always, don't do it for branded keywords. And then for the business logo, make sure that's the logo of your site. This will not be accepted. Instead of just, you have to use the logo specifically from your website that you're using. Business name is irrelevant. And then for site links, you want to do redirect to call. So call now. So in this case, we're doing you are really amazing.com/electrician and then question mark call equals call equals 1, right? And obviously you can only do this if you have the PPC basic plugin. This will not work otherwise. This is a system that I personally developed for doing redirect to call. And what happens is when someone sees your ad, when they click on the call now, or when they click on call right away, right? So make sure you always do different links. Then basically every single one of these links becomes a phone call. The person can make a phone call directly from their phone. And I found that these convert really, really well when applying them to your ads, right? So, but once again, this will only work if you have the PPC basic plugin. So keep that in mind and go ahead and create. And the recent thing that you can do now is add images, and we're going to generate an AI image, right? So last week we generated a attractive female for plumbing. In this case, we'll do female in shorts, shirt, electrician, working, home, well lit. Done. And it looks like it's even adding like even more features here. Add your product, and it will create AI generated stuff with your product in it as well. So in this case, we have a plumber. And I was just trying to see how far away you can get away with this stuff, because you can see this dude is a little bit the lack of clothing, yet it still generated the image. So there you go. Let's see what we have here.
You repeat that generate image.
That's a fine one. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So we'll just assume those are pretty good. And that's our image. It's like ratio, save. And then what happens is you end up taking up more real estate. So now all of a sudden you should have an image in your ad as well. Now, I've personally found that images convert less, because I think people just, butt dial. They're just, they accidentally click on your ad, especially if the image itself is huge. But if you want to get as many clicks as possible, this is the way to do it. Like you basically have the image in the ad copy itself. So I don't know why it's not taking up more real estate, actually. Let me edit that and this as well. And save to ratios. Save. And now it should technically show us the full width image. Okay, it's not showing it in this case, but not a big deal. Whatever. You get the idea that it inserts the images. All right, so we'll go into more assets here, and everything else we can ignore. You can set up lead forms. I found actually lead forms work really well with if you just plan to SMS or even do like outbound calling, because once they apply within the lead form, you basically have opt-in. And this is great for the insurance verticals, right? You get their opt-in within the lead form itself, and then you can fire off an SMS or a phone call. But in this case, we don't need it. And then call outs we'll ignore for now. And the final URL, this is where you need to append your URL for passing parameters back to your landing page.